Katie Roo! Katie Roo! Katie Roo! You know how I told you guys my shelves fell down yesterday morning? I'm starting to think that was an omen. It was like God sending me a metaphor. My shelves crashing to the floor. That was an omen representing the future of CNN and Kaitlan Collins. CNN had one chance, they had one opportunity to regain credibility with normal people. A smart philosopher by the name of Marshall Mathers once said, "You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow." Unfortunately for CNN, they completely missed their shot. The good news is they did not miss their chance to blow. There was plenty of blowing going on Wednesday night at CNN. The toxic flatulence was blowing out of those facial orifices at an alarming rate. CNN was measuring a 10 out of 10 on the whoopee scale. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to have to move CNN into the number one contender slot to challenge Bomani Jones for the huge embarrassing failure awards. This network cannot get out of its own way. CNN is having an identity crisis. No one can figure out their purpose. Chris Licht claims, "We are bipartisan. We only focus on hard things, hard news, hard facts, hard Franks. This is CNN." They had this golden opportunity Wednesday night with this town hall with Donald Trump to prove to normal people that CNN can be unbiased, bipartisan. To prove to normal people, CNN can fairly conduct a town hall like this with Donald Trump. And they failed in every aspect. The only positive for CNN coming out of this town hall were the ratings. Donald Trump drew over 3 million viewers, the largest audience on CNN in years. Donald Trump, though, he was also able to accomplish the unthinkable. No man who came before him was able to do this. Andy Cooper and his increasing wrinkles, they aired directly after this town hall. For the first time in years, possibly decades, over 2 million people suffering from insomnia were put to sleep by Andy Cooper. Donald Trump came out of this town hall looking pristine. Now, it was not a perfect night for the Trumper, but it was damn close. CNN came out of this town hall barely clinging to life. The lifeboats are full. People like Katie Roo, they are clinging to bedposts in the middle of the woke sea. CNN is being hammered from all angles. Normal people are pissed off with the way they treated Donald Trump. The far left is pissed off because they didn't acquiesce to their demands and went through with giving Donald Trump a national platform. The wanker spankers are pissed off because there were 0 woke boner words spoken Wednesday night. For a full hour, they were unable to maintain their erection. Now, I'm going to show you what I thought were the best highlights from Wednesday night. I'm going to follow that up with CNN's post-town hall coverage, which qualifies as some of the worst journalism I have ever seen. I can't even call it journalism. This was like a last gasp by CNN. They were essentially pleading for acceptance from the shitfucks. But before we get into that, let me get into the sponsor for today's video, my boys over at Tactical Pro Supply. I often hear complaints, and it doesn't happen nearly as much as it used to, but I used to hear complaints about the brands of clothes that I wear. Why are you wearing Nike? Nike is woke. What's with the Under Armour? Under Armour is woke. To be honest with you, it's kind of hard to find a major clothing company that doesn't tie the portion of their profits to Woke United Methodist. It can also be difficult to find a clothing company that's not ashamed to publicly support our military. Until now. My friends over at Tactical Pro Supply, they offer high-quality, non-woke clothing, all at a fair price. They are proud to be American-owned and operated. They donate a portion of every sale to help military veterans who are suffering through PTSD. Check out some of what they have to offer. This one right here. This one is the favorite of our most beloved former NFL quarterback. Here's another one that definitely pertains to this channel, explaining how our rights don't end where someone else's feelings begin. Tactical Pro Supply, they offer free shipping on all domestic orders over $70. Go place your first order today. Use the promo code UNITED to receive 20% off your first order. Head over to www.tacticalprosupply.com or click the link in the description below. All right, let's get back to the destruction of Katie Roo Collins. First of all, this town hall, it showed everything wrong with CNN and the mainstream media in general. I don't know if Katie Roo knows this. Donald Trump is running for president. You're given the opportunity to spend a full hour with the front runner in the 2024 election. Key word, or in this case, key number, 2024. If you're able to relate to normal people, which obviously the rooster isn't able to do that. When the town hall started the other night and I see Katie Rue wearing a white suit, I didn't know if I was watching Kaitlan Collins or Dylan Mulvaney. Kaitlan Collins presents herself as an honest journalist. Believe it or not, CNN actually considers Katie Rue to be a moderate. If you're an honest journalist and you're hosting a town hall with a presidential frontrunner, what are some of the issues you're going to cover? I know this is tough. Joey B and Dr. Jilly, they have the country running on all cylinders. There's just not much for Donald Trump to run on, for Donald Trump to improve. Let me see if I can think of a few issues here. How about inflation? Our dependency on foreign oil, which is a direct consequence of the identifier in chief eliminating Trump's policies on his first day in office. What about the southern border? I hear things are going great down there. What about all the corruption in the Biden crime family? How would Donald Trump handle Vlad? How would he handle Daddy G, who continues spanking Joey B? We could spend hours discussing everything this administration's fucked up. Now, you think Katie Rue Collins addressed any of those issues? No. Watch a couple of these highlights for yourself. These are the pressing issues CNN thinks are important.
When it comes to your documents, did you ever show those classified documents to anyone?
Not really. I would have the right to. By the way, they were declassified
not
after. Not that I can think of. Let me just tell you, I have the absolute right to do whatever I want with them. I have the right. I was negotiating with NARA. Do you know what NARA is?
The National Archives.
Extremely left group of people. Extremely left. And I was negotiating with them. All of a sudden, they raided my house. They didn't raid the house of Joe Biden. They didn't raid Obama.
But Joe Biden didn't ignore a subpoena to get those documents back like you did.
And so that's the question. 1,850 boxes.
But that's the question that investigators have, I think, is why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
You defended the comments that you made on that Access Hollywood tape about being able to grab women how you want. Do you stand by those comments?
I said if you're famous and rich or whatever I said, but I said if you're a star, you are, and I said, women let you. I didn't say you grab. I said women let. You didn't use that word. But if you look, women let you. Now, they said, will you take that back? I said, look, for a million years, this is the way it's been. I want to be honest. This is the way it's been. I can take it back if you'd like to, but if you're a famous person, if you're a star, and I'm not referring to myself, I'm saying people that are famous, people that are stars,
you were asked in the deposition,
people that are rich,
to be a star,
people that are powerful.
Yes.
They tend to do pretty well in a lot of different ways. Okay.
And they were breaking into the Capitol, smashing windows, injuring police officers. Why did it take you 3 hours to tell them to go home?
I don't believe it did. Oh, let me pull it out. I have to pull it out. So if you look at, on January 5th, the day before, I said, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. What happened is they took it down. I don't know why. I think they took it down because it was so good.
With all the problems in this country, CNN wants to focus on January 6th? Didn't that happen 2 years ago? Not only does Katie Rue focus on January 6th, she is oh so concerned with how long it took Donald Trump to respond. Why did it take so long for you to calm down those people that we paid to pretend to be your supporters? I got a better question. Who gives a fuck? You know what else I don't care about? Some classified document scandal. You know what else I don't care about? The 2020 election. It's over. It's been over for, almost 3 years now. This is why normal people do not watch CNN. Instead of this town hall being used by CNN to regain credibility with normal people, they use this town hall to appeal to the wanker spankers. And it didn't work. The backlash from woke United Methodists, it's worse than the response from normal people. The New York Times interviewed Chris Licht. They asked him about the outrage he was receiving from the same people he holds hands with while showering during Woke Bath Wednesday. This vitriol from my lovers is stunning. It proves my point. So much of the media is based on half-truths, name-calling, and desperation. This dumbass just described his own network. Let's get into some of this post-town hall coverage that CNN gave its viewers. For the first time in years, millions of people were actually watching CNN and not laughing at it. This was their opportunity to showcase their best talent, to show people that Chris Licht isn't full of shit. What does CNN do? They showcase their best talent. I give them credit for that. The problem is, the best talent CNN has to offer is Andy Cooper and Jake the Bongo Tapper. Seriously, what normal person wants to see this duo of failures? Imagine eating dinner Wednesday night. For some unknown reason, your TV is on CNN. One of the kids must have been playing with the remote and the remote batteries died. You're trying to enjoy a nicely grilled steak, and what do you see on TV? The Bongo Tapper grilling the supersized Frank with Andy Cooper trying to devour it. Andy is a messy eater. Dude had mayonnaise all over his face. CNN put together a focus group. They dug up some fossil in the woke cemetery to ask the questions. I don't know who this guy is. I think he's Joe Biden's roommate in the nursing home for the non-binary. But this fossil tries to stump the normal people in this focus group. How come Trump keeps talking about the 2020 election? One of these normal people, he responds by picking up the remnants of this dude and deposits his boner in the grave of Brian Stelter. I'm going to follow that clip with the Bongo Tapper going into full-blown convulsions triggered by his terminal case of OMB. Orange Man bad! Luckily, CNN had EMTs in the studio. They were able to suppress the convulsions by inserting the supersized tube of Preparation H. But watch it for yourself.
Does it bother you that he keeps talking about 2020 and not 2024? I'll ask you first. This is Jonathan Leslie. He's 40, Republican, voted for Trump twice. How do you feel about those lies?
So I feel like part of it's also the media narrative, as you guys asked him the first question at the town hall about the 2020 election, rather than current stuff.
So don't you think he could say it's time for me to start talking about 2024, not lies that aren't true?
Couldn't the media ask him a question about 2024?
Well, there were questions, but you're right. That was the first thing, that's something that was on our mind.
Mr. Trump's first lie was told just seconds into the night with his false familiar claim that the 2020 election was, quote, a rigged election. And the falsehoods kept coming fast and furious about the January 6th insurrection, about the threat to Vice President Pence, about Pence's ability to overturn the election, about COVID, about the economy, and more. He called a black law enforcement officer a thug. He said people here in Washington, D.C. at Chinatown don't speak English. He attacked Kaitlan as a nasty woman because she was trying to get him to answer a question. Perhaps most chillingly, the day after a 9-person jury of his peers in New York found him liable for sexual battery and defamation and ordered him to pay writer E. Jean Carroll $5 million, he made fun of her account of her sexual assault. And many in the audience laughed.
If I am CNN President Chris Licht this morning, I am absolutely humiliated. This is the best coverage your network has to offer. These huge embarrassing failures, they are the stars of your network. Poor Katie Rue Collins, her career in primetime mainstream media, it's already over before it started. Normal people are not going to watch Kaitlan Collins. Who wants to waste an hour every night watching some woman who desperately wants to identify as Dylan Mulvaney? Deacons at Woke United Methodist, they are crucifying Katie Rue this morning. They dug into her past and found some troubling revelations. Kaitlan Collins, She got her start in media working at the Daily Caller, the media outlet started by Tucker Carlson. Believe it or not, Katie Rue used to identify as a normal person. The shitfucks, they found articles and video footage from years ago where Kaitlan Collins was criticizing their Lord and risen king, George Soros. This made the deacons real mad. Now obviously, this was during a time when Kaitlan Collins was a common sense thinker, a normal person. This was well before her transition into Katie Rue. The deacons, they dug even deeper. They found tweets from 2011 when Kaitlan Collins was in college. Now, you're not going to believe this, but she was in direct violation of the woke commandments. Kaitlan Collins, she was guilty of using homophobic slurs. The truth is, the Katie Rue that we see on CNN today is a complete fraud. She changed her views, she changed her values, her moral compass. She changed all of it just to collect woke welfare. Basically, she sold out for the money. Katie Rue became a rich woman. What did the deacons receive in return? A beautiful woke woman who looks a hell of a lot better than Rachel Levine when speaking woke boner words. According to a recent study by YouGov, CNN is the most polarizing media source in America. Now, normally, this would be a good thing, a positive. Polarization often leads to controversy. Controversy often leads to ratings. With CNN, it's the complete opposite. Why? Because no one trusts CNN. Chris Light has been running this network, running it into the ground for over a year, and CNN still does not have an identity. Are they at risk of extinction anytime soon? No. But as a brand, CNN is dead. There is no coming back from this. Their credibility was ruined years ago. Instead of putting in the work to regain trust, CNN continues to utilize the woke shovel to bury themselves deeper in the woke cemetery. We want to be buried under Brian Stelter. That way we can watch with pleasure as he devours the glazed wiener. Give me your thoughts. I don't even have a question for you today. This was a pathetic performance by everyone at CNN. Let them have it. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.